Hi everybody, I'm Debbie Allison and this is Crazy Felix and you're watching Polymer Clay by Deb.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Polymer Clay by Deb. I'm Debbie Allison and this is Crazy Felix, and today we're going to show you another tutorial, and what it's going to be is this little Petey Penguin at the beach scene, and these are just a few of the projects we'll probably be working on this summer. And we got a brand new camera and sound system, so please bear with us because this is our very first video using the new equipment. Anyway, I'm going to show you what all you'll be needing. Alright, so for this tutorial you're going to need an awful lot of stuff, and I'm going to begin with the clay. What we have here is Sahara, and this is for the sand or the base of the ornament and the sandcastle. Then we have the black pieces for the penguin. We have this lime green for his hat. We have the turquoise for his hat and the beach ball. We have lime green for, I think I already said that, for his hat and his beach ball. This piece of orange is for the beach ball as well. Now all these pieces for the beach ball are put through the pasta maker on a setting of 6, and the hat will be a setting of 4. Now, for the tools, we have a lot of stuff. First of all, I'm using several pieces of tile because I think I will set some pieces aside as we do them, and then just set them on the tile so I can move them around. You need crazy glue. You need blush or eyeshadow for the cheeks. We will be using 3 different cutters. This is a round cutter for the hat. This cutter is the heart cutter, excuse me, for his face. And then we have this little round cutter, which we'll be using for the top of the beach ball. Then we have 4mm beads for his eyes. And I bought some seashells from Michael's and different bags of sand. And all of this came from Michael's. And we'll be using it at the base of the figurine. You will need some baby powder or flour for your mold, and here's your mold right here. This is a mold that I also purchased at Michael's, and we need baby powder to put inside the mold so it doesn't stick. And we need wire cutters, wire. I am using several different styluses. I actually have 3 different sizes of stylus here. Double-ended needle tool, paintbrush. This is to brush the powder into the mold, and this is just, I don't know what this is called, but we're going to use it to use on the penguin. This is another clay tool, and I'm going to use this for the to make the shovel. We have a straight edge for different pieces of the hat and so forth. Then I have some little pieces here that I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to make these. These are my little pieces that I use to help prop up the clay, and I'll be using this flower pot more than likely to help prop this guy up. So, oh, and an X-Acto knife. This is the #1 tool, can't leave that out. Alright, so I think that is it, and we are ready to go. Okay. We're going to start with the sandcastle, and I have the Sahara here, and this is where I said you're going to need some baby powder and the paintbrush. I'm just sprinkling a little baby powder in there. You can use it without baby powder, but it kind of sticks in there and it doesn't come out real well. Alright, now I'm just going to push it in hard as I can. Take it out. Whoops, didn't quite do. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to just cut around here. All right, I've cut all the excess clay off. Now I'm going to take a piece of wire here and insert it through. It needs to be a bit longer than the actual piece because it's going to be inserted into the sand. And if a little bit of the wire is showing, it doesn't really matter because we're going to put sand over the whole top of the sandcastle. Now what this is for is to keep it, to help keep it standing up. All right, now we're going to do the penguin. And I'm taking a large piece of black and I'm going to roll it into kind of a teardrop or a pear shape. I'm going to take this tool that I don't know what it is, it's a clay tool, and push in and then pull down for his legs. And you all have probably seen me do this numerous times. And I'm just pressing him down to get the overall shape. Then I'm going to do his head. And I'm going to take wire for the penguin as well. And I'm going to stick this through his, I guess this would be his left leg, and up. And this is going to help keep him standing. And you want to get it right up into his neck, so that we can put the head on. That did not turn out real well, but we can fix it. All right, so this is going to hold his, hold him into the sand. All right, now we're going to take the piece of white and cut sort of a bowling ball shape or bowling pin shape, and with the V in it, and this will be the front of the penguin. And it's a little short, so I'm just going to kind of stretch it up there. And then I'm going to cut the heart shape for his face. All right. Now I'm going to put these aside and I'm going to work on the beach ball. All right. Forgot to tell you guys that you needed a ball of white for the beach ball. So anyway, got my ball of white. It's about 1 inch in diameter, and I'm going to take the different pieces of clay and put them around onto the beach ball. And this shape is just, I cut 2 kind of straight edges there and then a curve, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And put that on. As I mentioned before, these are rolled out to a setting of 6 on your pasta maker. So I'm just going to keep repeating this and go all the way around my ball with all the different colors. Okay, so I have all of my little pieces around on the beach ball, and you want to push them together and press them down so that there's not really any of the white showing in between. And now I'm going to use my little round cutter to make the top. And this has a plunger on it. And put this right on the top. Then I'm going to take my stylus and press a little hole right in there. And I'm going to put this aside. Now we're going to do the pail. And I have a piece of purple here. Now the purple I've added some white to because I just think the Fimo Soft Purple is way too dark when it's baked. So anyway, I'm going to be rolling this out in where the bottom is narrower than the top. And I'm going to cut a piece off the bottom, piece off what's going to be the top. So there's my basic shape. And now I'm going to take this large stylus or ball tool, and this is made by Studio. And I'm going to press down in here, and this is what's going to make the inside of my bucket. And just turn around, and then we'll just shape the top. Then we're going to make the handle, and I'm going to use some purple for the handle. And for this, we're just going to roll out a snake. And it can be as thin or as thick as you want. And you can feel free to change the colors on this too. Just be creative and use whatever colors you like. So that's my handle. And I'm going to press one side down on one side of the bucket and on the other side of the bucket. And I'm going to use a smaller stylus and put a little hole, which would be like a rivet. And I'm going to set that aside. Alright, now we're going to do the shovel. And the shovel is made from lime green. And here again, I don't particularly like the lime green that Femosoft has. It bakes too dark, so I add some yellow to my lime green. And it makes it this nice, pretty, bright color. And I'm going to roll out a snake here for the handle. And I bend it down on the bottom and just make this little kind of loop and cut. And then I take a piece for the top of the shovel, and I am using this clay tool that has a curved kind of end, and I'm going to push down into the polymer, and that should make sort of a rounded shovel shape. Shovel shape. That's a tongue twister, isn't it? And then I'm going to pick it up and just put it at the end of this handle. And there you have your shovel. So I'm going to set this aside as well. Alright, so then I am going to make the base and then go back to the penguin, because we have all of our parts done here. Alright, so I'm going to take this large ball of Sahara, and this is what I'm going to make the base with. And I'm going to make it not quite as high as mine, and I'll tell you why mine got to be so high. My clay was very, very soft, and I put it in the oven, and my little penguin came out like that. So what I had to do was build up this side of the base and then bake it again, and so that he's standing straighter. So those are just a little few of the secrets of how you can fix things. All right, so that's my sand, and now I'm going to go back to my penguin, and I'm going to do his feet. They're just balls of clay, and I have two of them, and I believe the orange color is called Tangerine, and it's Femosoft. I'm going to take a needle tool and push in, and this is for, I'm not sure what you call those, toes? Do penguins have toes? I don't know. Alright, that's one foot and the other foot, and now I'm going to put them on the body just by pressing down, and this one is going to go through the wire, and the wire needs to come through the other side because it needs to go into the clay. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is put our sandcastle on, and I'm going to cut the excess wire off, and I'm going to press it right in the sand here. And you want to put it far enough back so that you can put the beach ball here in the front. I think I might want to even move that back a little further. And that wire is what's going to help it to stand up. Now what I actually did on mine is I did 2 sandcastles and put them together so that they would be thicker and it wouldn't be so thin. See how thin that is? But anyway, so now I'm going to take my Petey Penguin and I'm going to put him right here and push this wire down in there. Alright, now I'm going to take the piece that I made for his head and put that on. And I'm going to go ahead and put his wings on, even though I really don't need them just yet, so that I will be done with the black and I can go wash my hands. I have 2 pieces of round balls that I am shaping first like into a leaf shape, and these will be his wings. And you need to do 2 of these. And then we'll go ahead and put them on. And we just attach them. And you need to make sure they're pressed in really well. That one looks a little smaller than this one, so I'm going to reshape this one. Take a little bit of the clay off. Most of this is just kind of, you have to eyeball it. Now you see how he's starting to sway there to the left. All right, now to help that, I'm going to press this little piece of the sandcastle into his wing, and that will help hold him up. All right, now I'm going to go and wash my hands. All right, now I'm going to do his face, and I'm going to use my pink eyeshadow. And you can use eyeshadow, blush, chalk, and put that on his cheeks. You want to put it on kind of dark because it does fade out as you're working and as it's baked. All right, now I'm going to do his beak, which is a little bit of the orange. And I'm taking, it's a small little ball. I am rolling it out into kind of a pointed, something pointed on the ends, and squeeze it in the center, and then put it on his face or his head. And then I take another little piece for the bottom and just make a ball and push that in. Then I use a stylus and kind of shape the inside of his mouth. And I am trying to do this so you all can see, and then I can't see it. And then I'm using a very small stylus to make 2 little holes in the top of his beak. All right, now I'm going to do his eyes, and I'm using 4mm beads. And I use a kind of a thick needle to put these on. And just put them in right above his beak, push in, push up, and then pull down. And do the same thing over here. And by doing that, that does shape his head. And then I'm going to put eyebrows with my needle. And I'm going to try to get those eyes a little more even. That one needs to go up a little. Okay. Now you can see how he's just wanting to just fall over backwards. And that is always a problem when you are working, trying to do figurines. So you have to keep holding them up. And also my clay is kind of soft, and you can see how he's just kind of sinking. And that is partly because of the weather and the fact that the Fimo comes in too soft. I've already tried to take some of the oil out, but apparently it's not enough. So now I'm going to do his hat, and I am using the turquoise with this round cutter and a scraper blade to pick it up. I'm just going to put it on his head, and then he needs the top of the hat, which I'm using is lime green, and I just shape that into a ball and kind of flatten it out. And I want to make the middle kind of indented so that it fits over that hump in his head. And now I'm going to take some yellow and do the band. Now I am making the band on his hat, and I just take a straight edge, and you could roll this out into a snake and make it round if you like. I just wanted to make it like a regular band, and just bring it around. Well, that broke on me. Okay, so there's hat. It's finished. Now I'm just going to attach the pieces that we set aside. His pail we're just going to want to put on his wing and kind of press it up and press it in so to make sure that it stays on. And the beach ball I'm going to just set right here in front of the sandcastle, and you can actually push the sandcastle up against it. That will help hold your castle up. And then I'm going to put the shovel in his hand, or his wing rather, not his hand, and I'm pushing the top down so it kind of rests on his wing, and then pushing this handle part onto the sandcastle, which will kind of help keep all of it sturdy. Now it's ready to bake, and I am going to try to do some things to help hold him up. This is one thing. I can use a pot and kind of push it, and that pot will move around in the oven. So what you have to do is hold it down with a piece of clay. And so I'm just going to put a piece of clay behind it and press it down. That will hold my pot, keep it from moving. And then I'm going to take one of my, well, I think he's leaning the right amount. All right. So I think he's ready to put in the oven. So we'll put him in the oven. We will bake him at 275 for about 30 minutes. And then when he comes out, that's when you will want to put the sand and your little extra goodies on the base. And for that, what you do is you take some Elmer's glue and you just squirt it out onto, you can put it on your tile or whatever, and then just take a little bit of the Elmer's glue and brush it on all the places that you want to put the sand. And so you would just go around the whole base, and then you would take your sand in your hand and just sprinkle it on, and then you put it on the sandcastle, sprinkle it all over the whole thing, and then turn it upside down so that the excess sand comes off. Then use a hot melt glue gun and put some glue inside the bucket and some glue for your seashells, and just place your seashells in and about where you want them. You could put shells all over the bottom if you like. You can even put shells in the bucket. So that's it. He didn't take as long as I thought. So there you go. Petey Penguin at the beach is ready to go. Well, that concludes another one of our tutorials. If you wanted to, you could, this is just a little variation on the same penguin. And we hope you enjoyed it, and that you will like, favorite, subscribe. Somebody will be able to win this, so you need to be subscribed. We will be giving this one away. So until next time, I'm Deb, and Hope to see you again. Bye now. Yeah, he wants to leave. All right, Felix, behave. All right, come on. Come on. You're a good boy.
Go.
I'm trying to get him in a position. Okay. Hi, everybody. I can see that the camera is moving. It doesn't take much. Gosh, come on, Len. All right, zoom in on him.